What if a parasite that up to half of the world's population carry was quietly wrecking human fertility and no one even realised? New research suggests Toxoplasma gondii, a parasite linked to cats, might be messing with human sperm. Let's unpack the science. A study published in May of 2025 found that this parasite, T. gondii for short, can actually decapitate sperm, literally cause the sperm's head to snap off, possibly leading to lower fertility in people with testes. And with between 25 and 50% of the world's population, that's between 2 and 4 billion people carrying it, that is a huge deal. Toxoplasma gondii is a microscopic parasite that most people catch from undercooked meat, raw milk, unpasteurized cheese, unwashed veggies, or contact with cat feces. Yep, that's right, cat poop. And for years, doctors mostly worried about it in pregnancy, but now it looks like it might be a hidden player in declining male fertility too. Here's how it works. Cats are the parasite's definitive host, meaning that they're the only place that T. gondii can reproduce sexually. So a cat's infected sheds oocytes, they're like tiny eggs in their poo. Now these eggs are super tough and they can survive in soil for water or for months, where rodents like mice or rats or birds or farm animals can pick them up from the environment. Humans can also pick up these eggs from contaminated food, water, or cat poop in the cat litter or in your veggie garden. Get out of there, kitty! Once in the human body, the parasite hatches and invades your cells, kicking off the next phase of the infection. So, after you're infected, the parasite changes into its adult form, called a tachyzoite, and it's ready to party. This fast multiplying form spreads through the blood, invading cells like a microscopic hit squad. Now, if you are otherwise healthy, the phase often causes mild to no symptoms, maybe a slight fever, some swollen glands, muscle aches. You might actually never know that you had it. But if a pregnant person catches it, the parasite can cross the placenta and infect the unborn baby, causing brain damage, eye damage, even miscarriage. And that's why doctors have long been warning women to avoid cleaning cat litter and be extra careful with raw meat, milk, and cheese. But what about the guys? Here's where the sperm damage comes in. A new study, there's a link in the video description, found that T. gondii can directly enter and damage the testes of mice within just 2 to 6 days of infection. They barge through testicular tissue, taking up residence and causing significant damage to the structure of reproductive tissue. And they were caught on camera or under microscope doing it. But the researchers wanted to see whether they would attack human sperm cells too. So most studies on these little guys had been done up till now in larger cells in the body. So scientists didn't really know whether they would attack the tiny sperm. But, well, it was a massacre. About 22% of sperm exposed to the parasite, in petri dishes, not in people, were decapitated within just 5 minutes. The longer the exposure, the more damage. Twisted heads, gaping holes, all sorts. This parasite tries to get inside and damages these cells if it can't. If this happened in the lab, it might also be happening inside people's testes, possibly affecting fertility. Now this is really big news because sperm counts have been dropping across the globe for decades. And while lifestyle factors like pollution and stress, they get a lot of attention, but parasites like T. gondii could be an overlooked piece of the puzzle. Oh my goodness, and that is not all. This parasite has another trick up its sleeve. It's able to transform itself into a third phase, a cyst form, where it walls itself off, kind of like a sleeper cell that can hide in places where the immune system struggles to reach, like the brain, the eyes, and the testes. Camouflaged from the body's normal defenses, it can sit there for years. And then, if the immune system becomes weaker, it can wake up. So there is actually a documented case of one of these cysts in the testes of a male human, so we know that it's possible. So how do you know if you're infected? Well, most people don't know. Unless you have a compromised immune system, it's usually a silent infection causing little to no symptoms. There are blood tests that can detect the antibodies our body produce to fight toxo. There's one type whilst you're infected and another one that's like a memory that can show if you were once infected. But at the moment, this test is rarely done unless you're pregnant or have a weakened immune system. So what can you do? Well, good news, you can lower your risk of developing an infection by cooking meat thoroughly, washing your hands after gardening or cleaning the cat litter, and rinsing fruit and veggies, and try and avoid raw milk and unpasteurized cheeses. This parasite has been hiding in plain sight all over the planet and maybe even messing with fertility. If you're concerned about anything that you've learned, make sure that you contact your GP for more information. And if you want to see more on how science is being rewritten each and every day, hit subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and check out my other video on vitamin D and aging for another fascinating look at your cell's hidden story. And remember, knowledge is power, even if it does come with a side of parasites. I'm Christy Hijarina.